welcome to another episode of Conversation with a Chef. I'm Jo Ritty and I love sharing with you the conversations I get to have with talented and passionate chefs. It's the backstory, if you will, to the food they're putting up. I begin today by acknowledging the Wurundjeri people of the Kulin Nation, traditional custodians of the lands and airwaves of Naarm where this conversation takes place. Land which was never ceded, land where communities came together to eat seasonally, locally and without exhausting resources. I pay my respects to their elders past, present and rising. Today I'm talking to Nada Thomas. Nada is the new head chef at Her. Turns out I actually know her sister-in-law, and when I mentioned I'd chatted to Nada, Belinda described her as a pocket rocket and we love her, and I can absolutely see why. Nada exudes love for cooking and hospitality. She loves what she does, loves her team, and it feels as though she has an endless supply of ideas for menus in the future. This current menu is an expression of Nada's love for European cooking. Having worked at the Press Club and 10 years at Cecconi's, Nada's menu draws inspiration from Italian, French and Spanish traditions with a soupcon of her Turkish heritage. I've long been a fan of Her with its layers of goodness from the rooftop bar to BKK and my absolute dream of a bar, the Record Room. And then there's the ground level Her bar with its chic modern glam. Nada has added another layer of loveliness to this venue, and I had such a good time talking to her. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure, no, thank you.
I've just been reading about you, so I've got lots of questions.
I'm nervous, I never did this before, I was telling Tess.
I know. Well, it's funny, isn't it, when you become a head chef, suddenly you have to do everything. So you're doing not just menus and food, you're having to talk to people and so on as well.
Yes. When I was just a pastry chef, it's just like my section, everything, a little bit more. But then I was outreaching, teaching people. Sous chef is a bit more, but still we got...
That's right.
And now I feel like it's a whole picture. So that was a bit like, because I never did it before, but I wanted it.
That's right.
I was like, wow, it's like, this is the world I'm carrying, but a lot of sport, a lot of love, which is good.
Yeah, well, it's a great group to be with.
Yeah, that's why I joined them.
Yes.
My husband was working them since the day dot.
Yeah.
So when I was at Cecconi's and I watched them how they treat their staff.
So I think I recognised him in an Instagram photo.
Probably. Because he was there with them from the start.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, with the arbory and
yeah. So you're from Turkey originally, from
Izmir.
Izmir, yeah.
So we came I came first. We wanted to just study abroad with my sister, and we took our younger brother with us.
Okay.
We said that we don't want to leave him behind. Let's all together.
Yeah.
We left the parents back in Turkey, and we picked Melbourne because of me. I wanted to be a chef.
Okay.
So
you always wanted to be a chef?
I wanted to be a teacher.
Yeah.
I love teaching, I love kids. I tried the uni back in Turkey. I was giving private lessons, English lessons, helping my brother, but it just didn't happen. Then I loved cooking as well. So it was always a thing, which one? But in Turkey, we didn't have that kind of schools in Turkey. And being a chef in Turkey at that time, like as a woman, wasn't that a big thing?
Yeah.
And then we had a little research, and all my friends and my sister was like, "You're going abroad, maybe do something fun." Then I'm trying to look at thing, and I said, I love cooking. Maybe I try to be a chef.
Yeah.
Watch all those movies, and so always thinking, didn't know how hard it would be back then.
Yeah.
And then we had the research. They said Melbourne is the best place to be culinary, and I found William English. Like they said, it's one of the best schools. And we just, because of me, we came to Melbourne.
And how old were you all?
I was 24.
Okay.
I wasn't young, but I was like a princess. I was ready. I never worked. They used to ask me, what were you before? I'm like, I was a princess. Because I was the middle child.
Okay.
I was like this. So my sister, the older one, she was like the main, she was the leader. And I was the middle, and we have a baby brother.
Yeah.
So I was looking after him. And then, it was different. I went to school, learned everything, and then start working. It was so different.
Yeah.
The world. It was hard first because you really it wasn't what the movie says. And
No.
stuff.
No.
Yeah, it's not.
Not much as like the movies, yeah.
I was like, wow, it was hard. I had like troubles too. I was thinking, oh, what should I do? Should I go back to like a change career, be a teacher, but a cooking teacher because I love cooking. Then then I met great chefs which changed my mind about food, cooking, desserts. Like what led me to the desserts was a Spanish chef I met at Cecconi, and he showed me the world of desserts, how it is. So I'm like, oh, because always I was working larder and desserts together, which was very hard in some restaurants. You don't have time to give a full attention to the desserts. And then with him, I was more starting to go to the desserts.
Yeah.
And then Press Club happened. I was just desserts. And then I jumped to Cecconi's. I'm jumping singly, but yeah. And then 10 years of just desserts. It was my life.
So I think a lot of Cecconi's people have links to the Arbory group, don't they? I feel like some chefs have been part of that. So maybe
yes, because of
Nick Bennett.
Nick Bennett, yeah. So Nick was the reason I started at Cecconi's. He hired me as a pastry chef, but by then he was, I think, searching for another job too. He was a sous chef there, and then he moved on, and there were some chefs there, and when they want to change, you always call the chefs that you know, and they were just calling Nick. They're like, yeah, like come over, because they know they're good, or whatever. So he was sending some people, they want to change scenery, and then we were having that,
So I was just talking on Monday to a pastry chef in Port Melbourne. So Mariana Shadid, she's got Brûlée, and she's from Lebanon, and she really wanted to be a chef, and she went to Paris to the Cordon Bleu store to the school, because she also was very interested in Julia Child and her story. So it's kind of, but she was saying about pastry and working, making cakes and things, that you have to be so precise, and that it's different to general cookery.
Yeah.
Is that what is it that you love about pastry?
Like I was never trained as a pastry chef. I learned everything by myself with the cookbook. Like first nougat that I made was like a marble, because I just changed an ingredient. Instead of whole almonds, I used silvered almonds, and it was totally different because it was too much density. So it's like you have to be precise. If there's a reason, if you follow good recipes. But for me, I found it's like it's your own world. It's kind of like when you're on the pastry, everyone kind of leaves you. All like you know what you're doing, and then peaceful. I found it's like everything is more organized. Like kitchen is a bit more hectic. Like you can add a bit of this, a bit of. Everyone has a little way of different doing.
That's right.
But with the pastry, if you're doing a custard, you have to do certain way. Otherwise, it just doesn't come out like that. So.
And how would you? Because I imagine that. Well, Turkey's got some really incredible desserts, but when we're talking about pastry sections, often we're talking about the French way of doing things and the French technique. Can you marry the two? Or do you not?
Some ways I think, almost everyone was asking me about Turkish dessert. I say, I was never making Turkish dessert. Like baklava, my first baklava I made was at Press Club.
Yeah.
I was making tons and tons. I'm like, they were asking me even which baklava you like. I said Lebanese. For me, I love Lebanese, the dry. My dad is Libyan, so I saw a lot of Arabic desserts as well. So Middle Eastern things. So I'm like a mixture of. So sometimes I think, but I mean mostly it's not so different the way Turkish desserts. And mostly I always work with Italian desserts, ingredients. So all my life.
What's your favourite dessert to make?
To make for myself, I love apple pie. I'm a good old apple pie girl. No walnuts in it, just apples.
Yeah.
And a big scoop of ice cream. I love it. That's why my favorite dessert, not because like I made it, the marsala apples. I love it like so much that whenever I put on the plate, everyone eats it, they feel the love that I have it.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I love it.
Because there can be some very complicated desserts. What are some desserts you've got on the menu here? I mean, I know you're overseeing everything now, but because you're going more European now in the menu at her, yeah.
So we're just doing a little bit of everything, and it's good variety of people seeing different things, and because some ingredients are good with some cuisines or sort of like Italian, Spanish. I love Spanish food, Greek, so I can bring a bit of Turkish. It just naturally happens, a little bit of like jalapeno pepper, cumin, and so here I mostly like a bit of Italian influenced desserts, I can say, because my background from the Cecconi sides. So what I did here, mostly bring the desserts that I really love was the marsala apples. and then I did a
And how is
pistachio.
that? So that's
So it is basically a apple pie without the crust. We serve it in a bowl. So I make the apples like they just cook slowly with marsala, lemon juice, vanilla beans with sugar, like slowly. They kind of lose their shape a bit, but there's a plum. And then you heat it up. You in a plate, and I do this pie crumble. Exactly, instead of like being in a pie, just all crumbs on it.
Yeah.
And then just a nice fiordolata milk ice cream with salty caramel.
delicious.
It is, yeah. When it's all together, it's a pie without the base.
Yeah.
Served in a nice bowl. It's so good. It's like not so sweet because the pie crumble is like a pie. It's like there's not much sugar in it.
Yeah.
The good thing is with that, because the base is there's no butter, nothing. It's vegan.
Okay.
So, and I made another crumble which is vegan, gluten-free, nut-free, everything. So I can cater for dietaries.
Yeah.
And I just serve it with like an apple sorbet. I know it's like I couldn't make the caramel like super vegan.
Yeah.
I say one thing.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to do two desserts that I'm working on another chocolate desserts with peanut, tahini and dark chocolate. So it's totally vegan. And then, but it's still delicious. When the people eat it, like they don't even know it's fully vegan.
Yeah.
So I like to do those to work with.
That's good. That's right. Because
Ticking
you
the
want to
boxes.
cater for everybody, don't you?
Yeah, I try to, but it's hard. But if I want to make it, I want to make it really good. That, like, yeah.
So how long would it take? You know, if you're coming up with those kinds of recipes, I guess you're inspired by something, and as you say, you've looked at recipes and so on. Well, when you were learning, but then how long does it take you to perfect something like that? Do you have a few attempts, or do you get it right the first time?
Not all the time. Even with the desserts, I just trained the dessert, but like I have an idea, but you need something. I was like, okay, this one. I think a lot. I put a little bit, taste myself. Then I like to go, okay, guys, let's have a think. And I listen to each people, because they all have some different thing. I take them all and then go back on my corner, think about it. Depends on, I think. Sometimes I challenge myself. Okay, I want to do with this, or a couple ingredients and how I'm gonna marry them. So
Yeah.
depends on. Now it's like when I was doing the desserts, it was easier because I was just thinking that. So I have my menu, it's good, and I'm thinking of my special, and I'm just working towards that. But in a role like this, it's a bit harder because there's so much things, and then try to do that. And it's such a young team too. We have such a small team.
How many?
Like 5 of us, 5,
Oh,
6.
okay.
Yeah. I was like counting Ned, Serena, Alex. So yeah, 5 of us and me 6.
Yeah.
So it was like small though, and they're so good, hard working. Now they love it because every day something different, and I try to make everyone know all the other sections, so we can just work around. And it's better when it's busy. We can just help each other out.
And what's the size of the menu? Because I know you've brought in this new menu with more, more European touches. What is?
Would you like to have a look?
I'd have a look. Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks.
Still a good size, which I'm trying to maybe even like make it. Like now I am dropping to 2 desserts.
Yes.
Instead of 3, and with the cheese, so I can change it a bit more, or I can do specials.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful. I think sometimes choice is a fine thing for people. It's nice to have a big choice, but it can be overwhelming. And I think it's nice, isn't it, when it's quite tight. You just think, right, your eye hones in on something it's amazing. So I can see you've got so the lamb skewer with Moorish spices. Is that sort of a little bit of?
This is the recipe that me and Mary always make it at home, like the Pincho Moreno recipe. I love it. So I was like, I want to try that. So everyone liked it.
So that must be great now in this role where you've got. And have you just got free reign over the menu? Can you do what you like as long as the food costs?
Yes, and then I have great Paul, our new executive head chef. With such a good connection too. We kind of think alike. When I say something, he's like, I was thinking that. So it was so good. And then it's a lot of actual freedom, which was good. But of course, there's always a limit. I would just think about it. I always ask, how about this? And then because people around here work here and they know what the clientele would like, what the snacky items. So, but as freedom goes, it's I've been putting specials, and then
that's great.
Yeah.
So I saw some really beautiful photos on the press release that went out, and maybe there was a pasta. Did I see?
The pateri.
Yeah. What is that? What is
So
pakeri?
pakeri is a pasta. It's from Campania, the way it is, the cut.
Oh yeah.
And then because I was researching different pastas, so now I'm kind of obsessed with pakeri. And then this is like I love rigatoni. Rigatoni is the half size of it. And then some people like fill it up, and then it stands alone. It looks like a small cannoli. So that's what I wanted to make first, small cannolis. I was thinking how great it would be. But then you have to have the right cheese. So I tried a little bit, but then the pasta I had was a different shape, so it became pakeri, like that was summer squash.
Wow.
And then, but then I had some squidding pakeri pasta, where I cooked it, I filled it with Morton Baybach mousse, and I crumbed it, and I fried, and I served with squidding aioli and with caper and shallots. And everyone was like, even some my Italian, they're like, they never seen it before. I'm like, I saw somewhere like an old guy was making with the subtitles telling what it is. I'm like, oh, it's so interesting.
Yeah.
So, but it was with like Napoli and ricotta.
How delicious. And so these ideas that you're having, are they just coming to you, or is it still books, or is it Instagram? Or
sometimes Instagram, having a look, like I like to look, even like look to see something, like I'm having a look, then I'll take that one. Okay, what do I like? What can I do it? How can I do it different? Like otherwise it's just copy paste. But rather than, or I take this one and then add something else to it, turning into, because what I saw with the pakeri was it was like Napoli sauce standing alone with like ricotta. So I'm like, like that's a cool idea. Then I had some Morton Baybachs. I had some squidding. Then I'm like, I have squidding pasta. So it's
amazing.
like, yeah.
It sounds delicious, and you're working with really good produce as well. So Somerset Farm leaves, and you've got the different
I'm so lucky enough to come across with Natura. They are so good. They're a company. I think it's from London. They came to Australia. They in Melbourne. They go to the little farmers that they don't have access. They can't do deliveries to the restaurant. So they reach out to them, and we can order through Natura. And they go to the different farmers, and they bring the produce to us.
Yeah.
So Monday to Saturday, which was great. And with this publicity, I met our rep, and then I'm just using them. So every week they tell us what's out there. And then we just like order, and the good thing is like the order amount is not much, so you don't need to order a lot. Sometimes if you want to try, you want to put on a special, maybe 8-10 specials, and it's good. And also sometimes it's limited too, so other restaurants are sharing as well. Instead of I'm getting 10 kilo of something, I get a little bit, next door getting a little bit. We're all using and sharing.
That's nice. I like to think there is a community amongst restaurants.
Yeah.
So you're not in kind of are in competition with each other, but there's a level of community as well. That's good.
I think it's nice. I mean, I know the thing, but if you're all like, I mean, everyone, what you can like a friendship in between restaurants too.
Yeah.
Like we know a lot of like a Tipo 00. Alberto was my sous chef. I love his risotto is the best. So it's good to have that kind of connection. If I want something, want to learn, I know I can always go to him.
I love that. That's great. Yeah. So when you're sitting down, and this is your first menu, so I guess this is the menu that is a little bit of it's a reflection of you. So where do you start, and how do you know when you're done, when you've made your menu? Because I imagine you've got lots of ideas for lots of dishes. You think, I want to show off this, and I want to demonstrate.
Oh yeah, there were so many things that I would try with the taste, and they're like, it's beautiful, so good. But then we're like, okay, maybe not yet. We park it. I will say park it. It was good that I have so many, or maybe I have so many seafood ideas. But then it's just going to be seafood menu.
Yeah.
So it's good that But like I'm definitely not done. It's just like it was good that we have with Paul. Paul was in the menu as well with me. So we did together. We slowly changed. This is a bit more like it's coming, but I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
So, but it's good that I like good feedback. It's good to see what's selling, and also to see how the kitchen is working, or which section is. I don't want to do I can just create something and say okay, but then it's everything in one section, which is hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
I see. And so you were saying before when you learned to be a chef and you came out into industry, it was hard and you had some second thoughts. What were those hard things, and how has that changed now?
I think maybe back then, or where I was working, it was larder. It was hot larder, cold larder. desserts. When I was working, I was by myself, and when I was off, there was like 3 people in the section. This was so hard saying, but they were saying, "It's you, Nara. You can do it." But it was too much on one person, and also I care too. If I need to go, I go early, but I'll finish late. I don't go on the breaks, just like because I wanna. Because it's so important for me. It's like my second home.
Yeah.
Like, so I think it was too much. I was feel like I just can. There's nothing to give anymore, and I cannot. I wasn't getting anything back. That was hard, and I was just thinking like there should be something else. Then I tried, but my head chef was there. It was so nice too. His wife had a cake shop, so I worked there a little bit, and seeing all the cakes and stuff, I was learning. But it wasn't what I wanted. I missed service. That was the thing. I love service. That rush, the plating up, and I love to hear about how people enjoy it. Like I love to, because wherever this was the first one of the second restaurant I worked downstairs. I don't see the people, which I miss. I love to watch people how they eat, what they say. Like even I worked in the chef's table at the press club. It was like I had customers around me.
Amazing.
Yeah, talking to them or selling them the specials. Joy used to tell me you have to talk to them. So that was good. I like that. That's the service. So I missed it. I worked 3 months, I think. It was a good life, nights off, like, you know. But I was like, I'd rather have that fire in me. It's like, yeah. So I went back, but I didn't want to be in the kitchen. I said I want to do desserts. So I joined the press club. Yeah. That was my London, I always say, where here I said that a lot of people from Australia go to London. I work in these Michelin restaurants and had that. And when I joined them, it was like that, because there were so many chefs come back from London. It was like, Joe Garrick was amazing. I was like, wow, it was a whole new world for me.
Yeah.
And then, and we worked hard. I learned so much. And I met Paul there too, our executive head chef. So so it was hard work, so long, but then it was too much. I was like, So, but then Cecconi stepped in. It was my home.
So then you really got into the groove of it, and
because I had the freedom there. Cecconi press club there was no freedom. It was what they would tell us what to do. We just do that. So it was good. I learned a lot. But then it's good to have something like we had an idea, but they were shut down like all the time. So each understand some places like that. So when I joined, which back then now is my brother-in-law, Daniel Kranjik was the head chef. And first thing I had some figs and stuff. I just told him, oh, can I make like a financier? He's like, yeah, go for it. I'm like, really? So I just made my first like a special thing. And they liked it. The owners were like, oh yeah, how nice. And then Chena made the first cannoli there, everything. So that freedom, but I wasn't like using it. I knew that like my limits, okay, what people like, I do a little bit like, and then they gave me so much freedom that we changed the menu. It was a bigger dessert menu. I had 4 plated up desserts, including a lot of stuff. But but then again, I think when I started repeating myself after like 10 years, like the same desserts taken, I was like, oh, I need something fresh.
Yes. And so now that you're head chef, and as we were saying before, you've got this overarching view of the menu, the restaurant, staffing, all of those things. What's your leadership style, do you think?
I like to, when I do a menu, I like to talk about with my team. I like to share, okay, I would like to do this, like not just like clothes, I'm not by myself. I always believe that by myself, I'm not going to be a winner. It's not just me. I love the fact that when I'm not here, I hear that, oh, we went there, you went there, but it was beautiful, the dinner, we loved it. So that makes me happy. I don't want to be there to be everything is good. I want it to work like amazingly without me there. So when I do anything, I always ask them, I want to do this, would you guys think? Or I said, oh, maybe we had this. Of course, sometimes it had to be me deciding. But I guess I can say I'm very, how to say, not my English. I think fair, and then just, I don't know how to describe.
That teaching aspect that you were interested in earlier on, does that some of that, like that desire to share your knowledge, are you able to do that?
Yes, that's like now I have 2 apprentices. So which, like for me, if you have apprentices, it means that you would like to teach them. That's the reason. So which was good. And then I have to go some of them like back to the basics, showing everything, even they know with the school. So which is actually good. We share them, okay, this is how we do it, that's how, and they tell me, oh, we do like this. Okay, then we see, okay, or setting up their sections. But I give them some of the freedom to see like how they're doing it, just rather than I'm just going them telling, no, this is how I want it. I always, and then, or I say, this is, I want like this, but they're like, if you do like this, I just, actually, yes, it works. That's correct. So I kind of having that approach too, because I found that it was working, but I know not everyone has to be treated the same way too.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm not.
It's alright. Yeah. And then
I don't know if it answered your question.
Absolutely did, absolutely. And nowadays, well-being is really important. So making sure that everyone, is working the right amount of hours, and that I guess checking in with people to make sure that they're okay, because it's a pressured job.
Yes.
What happens in this group in terms of well-being?
Oh, they're very good. Like our HR Miranda. Like if we need something, we can always call her if we can solve. But I try to, in my group, I try to talk before I even become their head chef. I was working at BKK, so I was down there prepping. So I kind of know them with like talking. So which was good that they kind of feel comfortable to come in talking to me if there's something. And then they're pretty understandable if it's like someone is feeling like a bit low that they. And all the managers are always here that they find they can talk. Like even one of my girls, Serena, was feeling sick yesterday, and she was like she was kind of so just like called in us who can come and give me a hand, and then our executive chef was here. So Paul, I'm like, Paul, why don't you join me tonight? And he was like, okay. So we had a good time with him downstairs, and then I think everyone is. Like they're pretty sportive. They look after their employees very well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And when you're at home, do you still like to cook? Do you cook Turkish food? Do you cook? What do you like to do?
We love cooking, but I have a good deal with my husband. He cooks for me. I'm the larder. I do the size. I do the dishes, and I prepare everything. And he's good. He loves. We always cook barbecue. We have a Komodo Joe. We like it, and it's less. Mess in the kitchen.
Yeah.
So yeah, we cook most of the time at home. We love it.
Yeah.
We like from scratch. We like our marinades, our dressings. But if I'm cooking, I always like. I love my Turkish dishes. I love yogurt. So always something with the yogurt. And then I love eggplant. Most eggplant dishes or one pot wonders. We do a lot.
Yes.
But we love cooking. We never take takeaway. We always either we go out eat or always cook.
And can you, now that you've been working as a chef for a while, and I guess you've been able to taste lots of different flavours and different dishes, can you still be surprised by dishes, by someone else's dishes? Or
yes,
flavours?
sometimes I was like, oh, I never thought it would go like this, or the way they do it, because there's something new.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that sometimes I get to try, and then I was so curious. Oh, I want to know how they did it. That's the beauty of it. There's always another way, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to finish off with, what would be your advice to a young person starting out as a chef?
They should really love it. Like, it is not just a job; it becomes your life. I kind of see. Like, it shouldn't be just you come in 9 to 5, go on a break. Sometimes it's a little bit more, and I know it's nothing, but it's a different world. It's alive. I think you have to either love that so much that otherwise it's hard. You feel like, because sometimes they say, you're working at the weekend, you're working on a Sunday, and everyone is off, or public holidays or something. If you think about too much, it becomes people feel like, it's not my kind of thing. But then there's so many good things about it. For me, a day is a day. Like when I do the roster, they're like, oh, you give me Saturday off. I'm like, but for me, Monday and Saturday is the same thing. We can be busy in both days. As long as the prep is there, it doesn't matter. As long as I have enough people, that's fine. So, I think they should love it.
Yeah. Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Conversation with a Chef with Nada Thomas at Her. You can check out all the goodness on Instagram at her_Melbourne. If you liked what you heard and you want to hear more stories from other chefs, I'm on Instagram at Conversation with a Chef. You can read the chat and become a subscriber at www.conversationwithachef.com. The good thing about becoming a subscriber is that I feel as though someone's actually reading it and you're there, and you get to know when new stories go up. I would absolutely love it if you told a friend about my chats, and of course you can follow me on Apple and Spotify podcasts, and recently also on Audible and Amazon podcasts. Once again, thanks so much for listening. Have a great day and bon appetit.